Hey guys, Tyler Copeland here from Turnaround Sports. Today, what we're going to talk about is the importance of your fatigue. How hard should you be pushing things before it is too much? So, if you've noticed right here, this is right off the dashboard right here. This is off of one of our athletes. He is a runner training up for a marathon here. He's done a couple in the past, and he is progressing up to his point into the future. Keep in mind that everything to the right of where my cursor is right now is in the future, so that is all theoretical, and this is all in the past. So you can see this person took off some time from training, and there's a little bit of a recovery, a little bit of off time right here, and then they're slowly building back up. Now, the first thing you'll notice here is this big fat red line. What that means here, I've just put that there just for visual purposes. This is right around the area where if you go below it, your fatigue, these orange lines right here, anytime your fatigue gets below this red line, that is an area of concern. You don't want to hang out too much below this red line. And you can see we go down there a couple of times, but you'll always see that right around the time we hit this line or go below it, there's almost always a time of recovery. What that does for the athlete is a couple of different things. First of all, it allows them to recover, obviously. Second, what this does is this allows you to absorb all your training and truly adapt and progress, which is the goal of training, obviously. You don't want to just overtrain, and by the end be totally worn out that you do not gain any fitness. So when you're training, keep in mind that this line right here, usually around -20 on the TSB scales, that is a line that you don't want to go too far below. There will be times where you have to go below it, but enough prep work before and a lot of consistency will allow that durability to increase and will allow you to absorb a lot more of this training stress, this purple line right here. You can see right up here, let's pretend this person had an injury right around this point in time right here. I would know that their fitness was this number right here, and you also need to look at their training stress right here. Let's call it a 40 training stress. All right. Let's call their fatigue, let's call that a -10 right here. So if that's the case right here, I know that I need to be careful when I push that athlete beyond this fatigue area, this training stress, and then this this fatigue that they're experiencing from the training stress right here. So what you should do is look at those two numbers, figure out where that is on the chart, and say, okay, I wasn't prepared enough to absorb this much training or the days leading before it, and that's what created an injury. It's not what happened in this case, but if it is, you progress your training up to a point, and then when you get to this similar amount of fatigue, look right here. It is not the same as it was way over here. So I know that if this person was recovering from an injury, this area should not be a problem of concern because they'll have a lot more training leading up to this point. Also, when you are here, your fatigue is going to be a lot less than it was before. So that is just something to keep an eye on when you are progressing out your season or viewing your fatigue numbers. Watch out for that line right at the bottom, that big red line on my screen. You're not going to have it, but realize that line is right around the -20 TSB. Everyone's a little different, so make sure you're monitoring your training and figuring out what is not working or what is working based off of your recovery numbers for you individually. That's the only way that you're going to progress as an individual.